I once heard a story about a young boy who wanted to change the world. He looked around at all the problems, all the challenges, and he thought, I have got to do something big, something grand. So he set out to move mountains, to part seas, to change the course of mighty rivers. But you know what happened? He got tired. He got discouraged. He felt small in the face of such enormous tasks. Okay, now here's where it gets interesting. An old wise man came to this boy and said, Son, you have got it all wrong. You don't change the world by moving mountains. You change the world by moving pebbles, one at a time, day after day. Life isn't about those rare mountain-moving moments. It's about the pebbles. It's about the small steps that, over time, carve new paths and reshape landscapes. Every great achievement in history started with a single step. The Wright brothers didn't wake up one morning and fly across the Atlantic. They started with a bicycle shop and a dream. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb in a day. He tried thousands of materials before finding the right filament. And let me tell you, each of those attempts was a step he believed in. Okay. Now, I want you to pause for a moment and think about your own life. Where are you right now? Are you standing at the foot of your own mountain, looking up at a peak that seems impossibly far away? Maybe you're halfway up, catching your breath, and wondering if you have got what it takes to keep going. Or perhaps you're near the top, but that last stretch seems steeper than ever. Wherever you are, I want you to know something. You're exactly where you need to be. Because every step of that journey matters. Every single one. Success isn't a destination. It's not some magical place where you arrive and suddenly everything's perfect. No. Success is a journey. It's a process. And the key to that process is believing in every step you take. Let me break it down for you. When you believe in every step, 3 amazing things happen. You stay motivated. When you're focused on the next step instead of the distant peak, you don't get overwhelmed. You don't get discouraged. You just keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other. Every step teaches you something. Maybe it's about yourself. Maybe it's about the world around you. But there's always a lesson if you're paying attention. Each step you take makes the next one easier. It's like rolling a snowball down a hill. It starts small, but it grows with every turn. Right. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. But what if I take a wrong step? What if I fail? Well, let me tell you something about failure. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of success. When you believe in every step, you understand that even the missteps have value. They're not wasted energy. They're not lost time. They're lessons. They're experiences that shape you, that make you stronger, that prepare you for the road ahead. I will give you an example. Back in the day, I knew a young entrepreneur. He had a brilliant idea for a new product. He poured his heart and soul into it. He believed in every step of the development process. But when he launched it, crickets. The market wasn't ready. The timing was off. By all accounts, it was a failure. But here's the thing. He didn't give up. He didn't stop believing in his steps. Instead, he looked at that failure and asked, what can I learn from this? And you know what? The insights he gained from that failure led him to his next venture, which turned out to be a massive success. That's the power of believing in every step. It turns setbacks into setups. It turns obstacles into opportunities. Fear of what others might think. These fears can paralyze us, make us hesitate, make us doubt every step we take. But here's a little secret about fear. It's just a feeling. It's not a fact. and feelings, well, they can be changed. When you believe in every step you take, you're telling fear, I see you, but I'm not going to let you stop me. You're acknowledging that yes, the unknown can be scary, but it can also be exciting. Yes, you might not be good enough yet, but every step is making you better. And yes, others might judge, but their opinions don't define your journey. Belief is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And when you apply that belief to every step you take, you become unstoppable. Let me share another story with you. There was a woman I knew. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah had a dream of running her own business, but she had a full-time job, 2 kids, and a mortgage to pay. The mountain of entrepreneurship seemed impossibly high. But Sarah decided to believe in every step. She started small. She spent an hour each night after the kids were in bed working on her business plan. That was a step. She saved a little bit from each paycheck to build her startup fund. Another step. She attended a local networking event once a month. Step. Now, none of these steps seemed particularly grand or world-changing at the time. But Sarah believed in them. She knew that each one was bringing her closer to her goal. 2 years later, Sarah launched her business. It wasn't easy. There were setbacks, challenges, moments of doubt. But because she had trained herself to believe in every step, she kept going. She kept learning. She kept growing. Today, Sarah's business is thriving. She's created jobs, she's making a difference in her community, and she's living her dream. All because she believed in every step. That's the thing about steps. They add up. They compound. It's like compound interest for your life. Every step you take and believe in doesn't just move you forward. It creates momentum. It builds habits. It shapes your character. In today's world, we're surrounded by images of overnight success. We see stories of people who seem to have it all figured out, who seem to have reached the peak without breaking a sweat. Those stories are myths. They're highlight reels that skip over the hard work, the doubts, the failures. They skip over the steps. Real success, lasting success, doesn't happen overnight. It happens step by step, day by day. It happens when you're willing to show up, to put in the work, to believe in what you're doing, even when no one else does. When you believe in every step, you don't need overnight success, because you're not waiting to arrive at some magical destination to feel fulfilled. You're finding fulfillment in the journey itself. When you believe in every step, you're present. You're engaged. You're alive in each moment, not just waiting for some future payoff. That's a powerful way to live, something that often gets overlooked when we discuss success and achievement. And that's the power of small wins. When we set big goals, and we should set big goals, it's easy to overlook the small victories along the way. But those small wins are crucial. They're the fuel that keeps us going. They're the evidence that our steps are taking us in the right direction. Start celebrating your small wins. Did you make that phone call you have been putting off? Celebrate it. Did you learn a new skill that might come in handy down the road? Celebrate it. Did you choose a healthy meal instead of fast food? Guess what? That's worth celebrating too. Because when you believe in every step, you understand that these small wins are actually big wins in disguise. They're signs of progress, proof of your commitment, building blocks of the life you're creating. Believing in every step isn't a one-time thing. It's not something you do on Monday and forget about for the rest of the week. It's a daily practice. It's a way of life. Consistency is what turns actions into habits, and habits into lasting change. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers. And when you believe in every step, consistency becomes natural. It becomes who you are, not just something you do. Imagine you're building a brick wall. Each brick represents a step, an action, a decision. Now, if you lay one brick perfectly, but then take a week off, what do you have? Just a brick on the ground. But if you show up every day and lay your bricks, even if they're not perfect, even if some days you only manage to lay one or two, over time, you will have a wall. And that wall can become a house, a castle, a cathedral. That's the power of believing in every step and showing up consistently to take those steps. Comparison. In today's hyper-connected world, it's so easy to look at others and feel like we're falling behind. To see someone else's success and think, why not me? Why am I still here taking these small steps when they've already reached the top? Comparison is the thief of joy, and it's also the enemy of progress. Because when you're busy looking at someone else's journey, you're not focused on your own. You're not believing in your own steps. Remember, your journey is unique. Your steps are your own. The only person you should be competing with is the person you were yesterday. Are you taking more steps today than you did yesterday? Are you believing in those steps more deeply? That's what matters. Those people you're comparing yourself to. They're on their own journey. They have their own struggles, their own doubts, their own steps to believe in. Success isn't a finite resource. Someone else's success doesn't diminish the potential of your own. So instead of comparing, celebrate. Celebrate others' successes as proof of what's possible. Let their journeys inspire you, motivate you, show you what can be achieved when you believe in every step. Something that's crucial when it comes to believing in every step: resilience. Because let's face it, not every step is going to be easy. Not every step is going to feel good. There will be times when you stumble, when you fall, when you feel like you're moving backwards instead of forwards. But resilience is what allows you to get back up, to dust yourself off and keep going. And when you believe in every step, you build that resilience naturally. Because you understand that even the difficult steps, even the painful ones, have value. They're making you stronger. They're teaching you lessons that will serve you for the rest of your journey. I will give you an example. I once knew a writer who spent years working on a novel. He believed in every word he wrote, every hour he spent crafting his story. When he finally finished, he was sure it was going to be his big break. But guess what? He couldn't find a publisher. Rejection after rejection poured in. Right. Now, many people would have given up at this point. They would have said, well, I tried. It didn't work out. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. But not this writer. Because he believed in every step. He saw those rejections as part of the journey. He went back to his manuscript, refined it, improved it. He studied the market, learned about self-publishing, built a platform for himself. And you know what? That book that no publisher wanted, it became a self-published bestseller. All because this writer had the resilience to keep believing, to keep taking steps, even when those steps were hard. That's the power of resilience. And it's something you build by believing in every step you take. Believing in every step doesn't mean you don't have a bigger picture in mind. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Having a clear vision of where you want to go is what gives meaning to each step. If you're taking a road trip, you need to know your destination. But you also need to pay attention to the road right in front of you. You need to make each turn, navigate each intersection, adjust for traffic and weather. Your destination gives purpose to the journey, but it's your attention to each moment of the drive that gets you there safely. That's how you should approach your goals. Have a clear vision of where you want to go, but focus your energy and belief on the step right in front of you. Because that's where your power lies. That's where change happens. That's where progress is made. As you take each step, as you move forward on your journey, your vision might evolve. You might see opportunities you never imagined. You might discover strengths you didn't know you had. And that's okay. That's part of the journey too. Believing in every step means being open to where those steps might lead you. It means trusting the process, trusting yourself, and being willing to adjust your course as you grow and learn. Believing in every step doesn't mean you have to be moving all the time. Sometimes, the most important step you can take is to pause, to rest, to recharge. In our go-go-go society, we often feel guilty about taking breaks. We feel like if we're not constantly hustling, we're falling behind. But that's a dangerous myth, because without proper rest, we burn out. We lose our creativity, our passion, our ability to see the bigger picture. Rest isn't the opposite of progress. It's part of progress. It's what allows us to keep going, to keep believing, to keep taking those steps day after day, year after year. So I want you to start seeing rest as a crucial step in your journey. Believe in it just as much as you believe in your active steps. Take time to recharge, to reflect, to celebrate how far you have come. Because those moments of rest are often where our best ideas come from. They're where we gain perspective, where we reconnect with our why. And speaking of why, believing in every step becomes a whole lot easier when you're clear on why you're taking those steps in the first place. Your purpose is like a compass. It guides your steps, gives them direction, infuses them with meaning. When you're connected to your purpose, even the most mundane tasks can feel significant because you understand how they fit into the bigger picture of what you're trying to achieve. So I want to challenge you to get clear on your why. Why are you on this journey? What difference do you want to make in the world? What legacy do you want to leave? When you can answer these questions, believing in every step becomes natural. Because you understand that each step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to fulfilling your purpose. Something that's absolutely crucial when it comes to believing in every step: self-talk. The way you speak to yourself, the story you tell yourself about your journey, has an enormous impact on your ability to keep moving forward. We all have an inner critic. That voice that says, "You're not good enough, you're not making progress fast enough. Who do you think you are to even attempt this?" And let me tell you, that voice can be loud. It can be persistent. It can make you doubt every step you take. You have the power to change that voice. You have the power to become your own biggest cheerleader, your own strongest supporter. And it starts with believing in every step you take. When you believe in your steps, you start to talk to yourself differently. Instead of, "I'm not there yet," you say, "I'm on my way." Instead of, "This is too hard," you say, "I'm getting stronger with every challenge." Instead of, "I don't know if I can do this," you say, "I'm figuring it out one step at a time." This shift in self-talk isn't just positive thinking. It's about aligning your thoughts with the reality of your journey. Because the truth is, you are making progress. You are getting stronger. You are figuring it out. Every step you take is proof of that. So I want you to start paying attention to your self-talk. Catch those negative thoughts and reframe them. Celebrate your efforts, not just your outcomes. Be as kind and encouraging to yourself as you would be to a dear friend on the same journey. Because when you become your own biggest supporter, when you truly believe in every step you take, there's no limit to what you can achieve. In this fast-paced world, the ability to adapt is not just an advantage, it's a necessity. When you believe in every step you take, you develop a mindset that's open to change, ready to pivot when necessary. Think about the most successful people and companies in recent years. What do they have in common? They're not just good at what they do, they're excellent at adapting. They see change not as a threat, but as an opportunity. They believe in every step, even when those steps lead them in unexpected directions. Take the example of a small local bookstore I knew. For years, they'd been doing things the same way, selling books off their shelves to walk-in customers. But when online retailers started dominating the market, they didn't throw in the towel. No, they believed in their ability to adapt. They started hosting author events, book clubs, and writing workshops. They created a cozy cafe corner where people could read and discuss books. They even started their own online store with personalized book recommendations. Each of these steps was a leap into the unknown, but they believed in every single one. And you know what? That bookstore didn't just survive, it thrived. It became a community hub, a place where book lovers gathered, not just to buy books, but to experience them. All because they were willing to adapt, to take new steps, and to believe in those steps. That's the power of adaptability. It's not about changing who you are or abandoning your goals. It's about finding new paths to reach those goals, new ways to express who you are. And when you believe in every step, adaptation becomes an exciting journey rather than a fearful ordeal. Believing in every step you take doesn't mean you have to take those steps alone. In fact, surrounding yourself with the right people can make all the difference in your journey. When you're climbing a mountain, having a good team can be the difference between reaching the summit and turning back halfway. The same is true in life. The right community can support you, challenge you, inspire you to keep taking those steps, even when the path gets tough. You need to choose your community wisely. Surround yourself with people who believe in the power of steps, who understand that success is a journey, not a destination. People who will celebrate your small wins, who will encourage you to keep going when you stumble, who will remind you of how far you have come when you forget. Being part of a community isn't just about what you can get, it's about what you can give. When you believe in every step you take, you become an inspiration to others. Your journey, your persistence, your growth. All of these can motivate someone else to keep going, to keep believing in their own steps. I remember a group of aspiring entrepreneurs who formed a mastermind group. They met every week to share their progress, their challenges, their insights. Each of them was on a different path, with different goals and different obstacles. But they all shared one thing in common. They believed in the power of every step. In those meetings, magic happened. Ideas were born, solutions were found, partnerships were formed. But most importantly, belief was strengthened. Because when one person was feeling discouraged, the others were there to remind them of how far they'd come, of the value of each step they'd taken. That's the power of community. It's a multiplier for belief. It's a support system for your journey. And it's a reminder that while your path is unique, you're not walking it alone. In our world of instant gratification, patience has become something of a lost art. We want success, and we want it now. We look at our goals, and we want to leap straight to the finish line. But here's the truth. Real, lasting success doesn't work that way. It's built step by step, day by day. And that requires patience. When you believe in every step you take, you develop a different relationship with time. You understand that good things take time to grow, to mature, to become what they're meant to be. You see the value in the process, not just the outcome. A master craftsman creating a beautiful piece of furniture. They don't rush. They don't take shortcuts. They believe in every step of the process, from selecting the wood, to carving, to sanding, to finishing. Each step is done with care, with attention, with belief. And the result? A masterpiece that stands the test of time. Your life, your goals, your dreams, they're your masterpiece. And they deserve the same level of patience, the same belief in every step of the process. Patience isn't about sitting back and waiting for things to happen. It's about continuing to take those steps, day after day, even when you can't yet see the results. It's about trusting the process, believing in your journey, and understanding that every step is bringing you closer to your goals, even if the progress isn't always visible. I knew a woman who decided to change careers in her 40s. She'd been in finance for 2 decades, but her passion was in environmental conservation. Making that switch wasn't easy. She had to go back to school, start at entry-level positions, learn an entirely new field. There were times when she felt like she was moving backwards, times when she wondered if she'd made a mistake. But she believed in every step she was taking. She understood that each class, each new skill, each day in her new field was a step towards her true calling. It took years of learning, of struggling, of slowly building her expertise and reputation in her new field. But because she believed in every step, because she had the patience to see her journey through, she eventually became a respected leader in environmental policy. That's the power of patience combined with belief in every step. It allows you to play the long game, to build something truly meaningful and lasting. When you believe in every step you take, it's crucial that those steps are authentically yours. Not steps you think you should take based on others' expectations, but steps that align with your true self, your values, your passions. There's a lot of noise out there. A lot of voices telling you what success should look like, what path you should follow, what steps you should take. And it's easy to get caught up in that, to start taking steps that aren't really yours. When you take steps that aren't authentic to you, it becomes very hard to believe in them. They feel off, forced, like you're trying to walk in shoes that don't quite fit. Authenticity is about having the courage to be yourself, to follow your own path, to take steps that feel true to you, even if they're different from what others expect. I remember a young man who came from a family of doctors. Everyone expected him to follow in their footsteps. He started down that path, taking all the right steps towards medical school. But deep down, he knew those weren't his steps. His passion was in music, in creating sounds that could move people's souls. For a long time, he tried to convince himself that he could believe in the steps towards becoming a doctor. But the truth was, those steps felt empty to him. It was only when he had the courage to change direction, to start taking steps towards a career in music, that he truly started to believe in every step he took. And you know what? That belief transformed his journey. Suddenly, even the hardest steps, the long hours of practice, the rejection from record labels, the struggle to make ends meet, all of it became meaningful. Because these were his authentic steps, steps he could truly believe in. Today, he's a successful composer, creating music for films and TV shows. He's living a life that's authentically his, taking steps he truly believes in. And that authenticity shines through in his work, touching the hearts of millions. That's the power of authenticity. When you take steps that are true to who you are, believing in those steps becomes natural. And that belief becomes a powerful force, propelling you forward, helping you overcome obstacles, and ultimately leading you to a life that's genuinely fulfilling. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. It's the opposite of a fixed mindset, which believes that your qualities are carved in stone, that you either have it or you don't. When you believe in every step you take, you're naturally cultivating a growth mindset. You understand that each step, each effort, each challenge is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become better. This mindset is crucial because it changes how you approach challenges and setbacks. Instead of seeing them as proof of your limitations, you see them as opportunities for growth. You don't say, "I can't do this." You say, "I can't do this yet." Let me give you an example. I knew two entrepreneurs who started similar businesses around the same time. Both faced challenges in the early days: cash flow issues, marketing struggles, product development hurdles. But they approached these challenges very differently. The first entrepreneur had a fixed mindset. When things got tough, he saw it as proof that he wasn't cut out for business. He started doubting every step, seeing each setback as a sign of failure. Eventually, he gave up on his dream. The second entrepreneur, however, had a growth mindset. She believed in every step she took, even the difficult ones. When she faced challenges, she saw them as opportunities to learn and improve. Cash flow issues? Time to learn more about financial management. Marketing struggles? And chance to really understand her customers better. Product development hurdles? An opportunity to innovate and stand out in the market. This entrepreneur didn't just survive the early challenges, she thrived because of them. Each obstacle made her and her business stronger, more resilient, more innovative. That's the power of a growth mindset. When you believe that you can grow, that your efforts matter, that each step is an opportunity to become better, you become unstoppable. Challenges don't break you, they make you. Setbacks don't define you, they refine you. So I want to challenge you to cultivate this growth mindset. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. See effort as the path to mastery. Learn from criticism instead of ignoring it. Find lessons and inspiration in the success of others. Remember, your brain is like a muscle. The more you challenge it, the stronger it gets. And when you combine this growth mindset with a belief in every step you take, you create a powerful formula for success and personal fulfillment. Believing in every step you take isn't just about moving forward. It's also about taking the time to look back, to understand the path you have traveled, to appreciate how far you have come. In our rush to reach our goals, we often forget to pause and reflect. But reflection is a powerful tool. It allows you to see patterns in your journey, to understand what's working and what isn't, to appreciate the progress you've made, and to reinforce your belief in the steps you're taking. I encourage you to make reflection a regular part of your journey. Maybe it's a weekly review of your progress. Maybe it's a monthly deep dive into your goals and your path towards them. Or maybe it's a yearly retreat where you step back and look at the bigger picture of your life and your dreams. Whatever form it takes, this practice of reflection will strengthen your belief in every step. It will remind you of the challenges you have overcome, the growth you have experienced, the progress you have made. It will help you course correct when necessary, and it will reignite your passion and your purpose when the path gets tough. So, as we come to the close of our time together, I want to leave you with your journey, with all its twists and turns, all its ups and downs, is uniquely yours. Every step you take is a step no one else can take for you. It's a step that's shaping your path, building your strength, creating your story. Believe in those steps. Believe in the power of your journey. Believe in your ability to grow, to learn, to overcome, to achieve. Because when you truly believe in every step you take, you will find that you're capable of far more than you ever imagined. Remember, the path to your dreams isn't a sprint. It's a journey of 1,000 steps. And every single one of those steps matters. Every single one is shaping you, moving you forward, bringing you closer to the person you're meant to be and the life you're meant to live.